Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today here at Love the Shit Out of Yourself with Kat Harmon. We did have a name change. We are starting to move everything over to the Love the Shit Out of Yourself platform. The initials are also LTSOOY. If you see that logo starting to pop up. For today's practice, it's stretch and strength, and we just kind of marry the two really beautifully together in building a strong foundation for our core, our spine, and learning how to find ease and balance in those spaces. Let's see, we did hamstrings, hips, heart, wrist. There's all kinds of things involved. Join us on your mat, guys, and please listen to your bodies as we move through this practice. I'll see you there. Enough. Yeah. So for today, guys, let's begin on our backs. Make your way onto your mat. Make sure you got any props that you need close by. If you need a blanket, a block, a bolster, have them nearby you. And bring yourself into a comfortable space. So that can mean feet are planted to the ground with the knees to the sky. You can have feet together, knees apart, legs over a bolster. You can even have legs straight like Shavasana. As you land, as you land in this space, take a deep breath in, tense up all the muscles that you can without going overboard. And as you exhale, release everything out. Soften the muscles, the hips, shoulders, neck, jaw. Take any final movement here before we really settle into some stillness in our body. As you're ready, shifting into a more intentional breath, and I'll offer you Ujjayi breath, but you don't have to take that exact one today. Take a big full inhale in through the nose, long, slow exhale out of the nose with a little slight constriction in the back of the throat. This allows the breath to be audible, helping us stay present throughout our practice today. Anytime we begin to lose our focus, get distracted, get frustrated, just bring yourself back to this slow, intentional breath. Encouraging each part of your body to relax down into this space. Noticing any sensations that are showing up in the body. And again, that doesn't always have to be something you would consider stretching or achy or painful. Any sensation at all. Notice where your body wants you to pay attention. Take a big full inhale in. Exhale all of your air out. Inhale brings arms up and overhead and let them rest wherever they can on the ground. If you need to, lay them on a pillow, bolster, block, or blanket. Starting to expand and open up through the heart space, let's gently turn the head to one side. Notice any tension that comes up in the neck and jaw and soften what you can, but don't force it. Coming back through center, pause, over to the other side. Releasing any tension that you can. Remember, it's what you can let go of. And then starting to come back to center. How do I feel mentally in this moment? What are the thoughts that are showing up? What brought me to my mat today? And don't judge yourself for whatever answers come up, right? Just allow them to be there, see them, love them. Big full cleansing breath in. Exhale, let it go. Start to walk the hands and the feet over to the right side of your mat, kind of like a crescent moon or a banana here. You can take this as deep or as little as you like. If you want to make it a little deeper, you can also take the left leg and cross it to land on top of the right leg. There's no forcing here. Relax back into this shape. Starting to notice as we expand open through the heart a little more, how do we feel emotionally in this moment? Not how we think we should feel, not how we wish we felt, but how we actually feel. Start to walk the hands and the feet through center. Pause. Take a breath in. Out. Hands and feet over to the other side. Remind yourself there's no wrong way to feel, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Just become aware of it so you can really tune in to what you need today, what you need in this moment. Relax the jaw. Hands and feet slowly start to come back to center. Big full breath in. Exhale it out. Start to slide the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug here. Maybe the forehead comes off of the mat. And then relax that head back down, and eyes can still be closed here, offering you for the next few breaths to set an intention for this practice today. As you're embracing yourself, what do I need? What do I need physically? What do I need mentally? What do I need emotionally, energetically? And if none of that is like sparking anything, maybe it's just to be present with your body. Feel the things as they come. Don't distract. Holding on to that intention as we begin to move throughout this practice today. Right knee pulls into the chest, plant the left foot, or extend the left leg nice and long. Circle this knee around, exploring how the hip joint feels. What's showing up for you in this moment? Is it snap, crackle, pops? Is it stretching and tightness? Is it resistance? Does it feel good? All of the above. Maybe it's all of the things. Start to extend that leg out straight wherever it'll go straight. So maybe that's a little bit closer to 45 degrees. Maybe that's closer to your ear, and maybe it's in between like mine. Relax the shoulders, take a bend in that right knee, and then as you extend the heel to the sky, pull down through the belly. We're starting to strengthen our spine as we open up the back of this leg. Bend, curl in through the core. Extend, scoop down through the low belly. Relax, upper body. Bend, relax the neck. Extend, pull down and in. Bend. Extend. It might feel good to exhale as you extend. Just play with it. Bend. Slow breath wherever you are. Extend. Starting to build some heat, right? Bend. Extend. Hold. Option just to hold this leg, working on some strength here, or grab for the hamstring, knee, ankle, even use a strap to get a little bit more of a stretch. So one is strength and one is stretch, and neither one is better than the other. What do you need? Relax. If the muscles are starting to shake and tremble and vibrate, know that that's energy moving. Take a breath in, a breath out. And if you are able to make that full breath while the muscles are vibrating, then you are still in a sensation that is safe for your body. Turn the eyes over to the right side of the mat. Lengthen out the left side of the neck. Back through center, over to the other side. Same thing, relax. Back through center, bend that right knee, hug it into the chest again. Cross this right knee over the body. We're not going to stay here too long, so if you need to, please support yourself underneath this right knee. Right hand reaches over to the right side of your mat. So a little spinal twist. I don't know why I didn't just say that first, but we're just starting to open up the low back and the hips. No forcing, no judging. Come back through center. Both knees come into the chest. Give yourself another hug. You did it. You're on your mat. You're taking care of your body. Let any negative thoughts just kind of float away, right? They can come in, but remind yourself that this is all good and it's all for you. Left knee pulls into the chest, right foot plants, or right leg extends long. Start to roll. How does this feel? You know, where do I start to feel those sensations? So it can be, I get like a little bit of a pinching when I start to come in towards center. I'm working on that flexibility. Rotating up. This feels like a nice good stretch. When I come out, I get a little click. You know, and it's all different each time I come. So I'm really just becoming aware of what, in this moment, my left hip needs from me. It's not doing anything wrong by showing me these sensations, these edges, right? Come back to center, extend that leg nice and long, wherever it can go, pretty straight, because we're starting to warm up that hamstring. Bend the knee, pull down through the belly. Extend, pull down even more, lengthen through the top of the head. Bend, relax the arms, and extend. We're using that quad here, but we're also using the core. Bend, and extend. Bend, and extend, bend, and extend. Feel those muscles starting to wake up. Bend, and extend. We got one more, really building some heat here. Bend, and extend. So you can hold this, flex. I can already start to feel the shivers, the vibrations moving through that left leg. Or if you want to work on some flexibility, you can pull and hold. Now, you don't have to do the same thing on both legs. I am not here because I am nursing an injury on this left hamstring, so I'm going to work on this strength on this side. Feeling all the sensations. Take a deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. Big breath in. Long, slow breath out. Pull that knee into the chest. Nice little squeeze here. Slide it over to the right side of you for a short little spinal twist. Big breath. Relax. Big breath. And relax. Come back through center, hugging both knees into the chest once again, right? Remind yourself of that intention that you set for practice today. And we'll start to make our way up into an easy seated position. So you can rock forward and back a little bit, or just rock onto your side and press your way up. Coming into an easy seated position, let's start to move through some cats and cows. Inhale brings the heart and eyes forward. Again, scooping up to that low belly. Exhale, curl up and in. So let's talk about the neck here as we're moving through this movement. Everything is long. So it's like I have a string coming out the top of my head. And even as I go up and back, I'm not shortening the spine here. I'm lengthening up. We curl in. It's like, again, somebody's got my little bun here, and it's pulling away from me, belly button to spine. Take a few more rounds, really encouraging the length of the spine, not as much of the curve, right? And as you come into this cat, expand out through the shoulders as well. 2 more rounds of breath. Come back up nice and tall. Pause for a moment. Notice where the sensations are in the body. Maybe they're more in the neck, the shoulders, the low back, the hips. Just become aware, the heart. Take an inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right side of you. Left hand can grab a hold of that right knee. Look to the back of the mat if you can. Inhale back through center or over that shoulder, right? Twist to the other side. Maybe the right hand grabs the left knee. Inhale back through center. So this whole time our core is working, right? We're not releasing out through that low belly. We're protecting the spine here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round here. Inhale. Exhale. Ooh, there we go. Inhale. My hip just popped. Exhale, hands to the earth. Find your way into a tabletop. So you can cross over these ankles or slide the legs around to the side. Grounding down through the wrist. Press into the fingertips. Lift up to the belly, lengthen the spine. So we've already done some cats and cows, so why not find a little bit more of an organic movement here and just let the body show you where it needs to go. Slow down the breath and know that this doesn't have to look like anything fancy. You're just kind of tapping in again. What do I need? You can play with tucking the toes, sending the hips towards the heels, right? Circling the head and the neck. We got 2 more breaths in this free space. So just explore, don't judge. We'll come back into a neutral tabletop. Spin the pinkies out to the side of you, maybe rock side to side, or begin to spin the pinkies back towards the knees. Belly lifts up towards the spine. Stay here or tuck the toes, shifting the hips back towards the heels, getting a little wrist stretch. Really press into the fingertips and make sure that the shoulders aren't by the ears here. Relax what you can where you can, not the core. Come back through center, realign, tabletop. Spinal balance, right hand reaches to the front of us, left foot reaches back. Find balance in between your hips. Stay grounded or hover. Right thumb to the sky, left toes towards the ground. Stay here in this parallel space or working on a little bit more core. Exhale, nose to knee or elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, lengthen back out. Notice the wobbles in between. Exhale, curl it under. It's okay. It's our stabilizer muscles working. Inhale, back, lengthen out. Check it out. Slow and controlled. Exhale, curl it under. Drop the top of the head if you can. Last round here. Inhale, lengthens us. Exhale, curl it under. Pull, 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 pull. Inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, tabletop. Take this left hand, flip it up towards the sky, palm towards the sky, fingertips in towards the center of your mat. Okay? Just the left hand. If this is already enough for you, just breathe, lengthen the neck, or start to make a little fist. Let's see if I can turn this way so you see it better. Scrunch your little hand and release. I think it looks like a little monkey fist, right? Scrunch and release. Just stretching out the back of that wrist here. And release. Come back into a neutral tabletop. Tuck the toes. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Stay here with the hands grounded or begin to lift those hands to the sky. Interlace the fingers and start to make some little figure eights here. Slow the breath. Start to come back into a tabletop. Untuck those toes. Give them a little tip, tap, tip, tap, tip, tap, tip, tap. And find your way over to the other side. So this time, left hand will be forward. Right foot will be back. Press into the fingertips of the right hand as well as the palm. Find that spinal balance if you want to lift and hover. Everything is pulling in parallel. Stay here and just work on this balance or take 5 rounds. Exhale, curl it under, elbow to the knee. So inhale nice and long. Just keep moving with your breath. And I'm going to talk to you about the same thing we talked about with those cats and cows earlier. How long can my neck be here? So we don't want to shorten it by looking up. We don't need to curl it chin to chest. It's really about keeping the tailbone to the crown of the head nice and long through this super fluid movement. Strengthening our balance, strengthening our core, strengthening our spine. All from this lengthened out space. And y'all know I didn't count, so I hope you did. I'm going to think this is number 5. Come back out. Land in that tabletop. Take a moment to slide that right hand now, palm up, fingertips in towards the center. Stay here and just work on that flexibility, or take a little squeeze of that right hand and release. Can I relax my right shoulder? Squeeze and release. Can I get my right arm just a little more straight? Squeeze. Don't jam it, don't force it. And release. Come back into that tabletop. Tuck the toes. Find your way back towards your heels. Stay grounded or interlace the fingers. A little bit of movement here as we stretch out the bottoms of the feet. Relax your neck. Let any tension go that's happening in the jaw. And then we'll come back into our tabletop. Tuck in the toes. Oh yeah, they're already tucked. Let's find our way to downward facing dog. Lift those heels up and back. Take a bend in your right knee. Drop the top of the head down. Take a bend in your left knee, same thing. Take a bend in the right knee, one more time, press into your fingertips, drop your head heavy. Take a bend in the left knee, or a deeper bend, I should say. Come back to center, inhale high up on the tippy toes, start to make your way up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back, belly in. Exhale, fold, drop through the tip, top of the head. Knees can be bent here, guys. Hands can always be on blocks. Listen to what your body needs. On your next inhale, let's rise up, tall mountain. Lift the belly, and then rise up. Sweep those hands to the sky. Right hand is going to grab the left wrist. Pull to the right side of you as you press to the outer blade of that left foot. Want to take this a little bit deeper, bend the right knee. Belly button is fastening tight to the spine, not pushing out towards the front of the mat. Neck is long as we come back through center. Release that hold. Bring the arms down by the sides for a moment and roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Again, forward, up, back, and down. Inhale, sweeps our hands to the sky. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Pull over to the left side of you. Stay here. Bend deeply into the left knee this time. Lengthen out to the top of the head. Slide the right shoulder back. Breathe into this space as you maintain that strong foundation in the core. Inhale brings us back through center. Release the hold. Drop those arms by the sides. This time that shoulders are going to go back, forward, and down. Again, back, forward, and down. Right ear to the, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, crown of the head nice and tall. Left ear to left shoulder. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale back through center. Sweep your hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Empty the breath. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. So we're going to find our way back into a tabletop. Again, into our spinal balance. Right hand forward, left foot back. Lengthen nice and long. And this time find awkward airplane. It's just as it sounds. Arm to the right side of you, leg to the left side of you, and I'll spin this way so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, lifting and hovering here. Feel those sensations, right? In that left hip for me, for sure. Land that foot to the side of you, gate pose. Hands can walk back or you can sweep them straight to the sky. Be mindful through that transition. I'm going to turn to the side. Side body stretch here. Right hand reaches for your hip, block, or all the way down to the earth, and then expand open through that side body, pressing through the outer blade of the foot. Stay right here or begin to lift that left foot to the sky, finding some balance, right? Always options, okay? You can work on down and lift, or bend and extend, okay? So options, down and lift, or stay where you are, or bend and extend. 3 more rounds. Lift out of that right hip. Woo! Slowly start to make your way back up to gate. That means we're lifting through those obliques and that low belly. Turn the left toes out, start to sink into the left knee, into a hip opener here. Left knee and toes in the same direction. Hands to hips, blocks are all the way down to the earth. Take a moment, open up that right hip a little more. And then from here, slowly start to make your way back into a tabletop. Swish those hips side to side. Swish the head side to side. Let that go. Press back child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Reach the fingertips a little bit farther towards the front of the mat as you melt the chest down. Slow, full breath in. Long, slow breath out. Long breath in. Slow everything down. Long breath out. Beginning to find your way back to a downward facing dog. Tuck those toes, lift those hips. Soften the knees, begin to walk your hands back towards your feet, forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Catch a ragdoll arm on here. Grab opposite elbows and then just gently kind of sway side to side if that feels good. Maybe stillness is better for you today. Listen to what you need. What can I let go of here tension-wise in my body? Right, if you're really locked out in those hamstrings, you're having a hard time getting down here, bend your knees. Hinge at the hips. Drop to the top of the head. Release the neck. Gently release those hands down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Take your time here for a moment. Slide your shoulders back. Pick up all 10 toes and lift that belly. Check in with the back of the neck here that you're not looking forward. The back of the neck is long. Exhale, fold as you are ready. Release the knees, the top of the head. And then inhale, rise strong, tall mountain. Hands come to the hips for this first round here. We're going to make our way to the front of the mat, balancing through some storks. I'll give you options. Right foot can just come in front, keeping the toes to the earth, or begin to lift barely off the ground. You also have right knee into the chest. You also have hands high to the sky. Options always. Pull in through the core and notice that grounded leg. Extend right heel out in front. Slowly let it lower to the ground. Pull belly in. And then step, stork, other side. Left knee pulls up. Lift out of the right leg. Foot can be grounded, hover, or lift. Find balance in between your hips. Extend that heel out in front of you. Lift, lock it in, lower. Step, stork, right knee pulls into the chest. Give it a little pulse here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send that right foot behind you. We're going into a crescent lunge. Gently tap that foot. It can go all the way back in one step or take your time to find your way there. Find balance in between your hips. Maybe the arms are out to the side. Maybe they're up to the sky. They can stay right where they were. Breathe. It's okay if you feel the shaking, right? Just as long as you can still breathe, you know that you are in a safe place in your body. Last breath here. As you exhale, hands come down to the earth, runner's lunge. Lengthen it a little bit longer and then slowly bring that back knee down to the ground. Inhale, sweeps our hands to the sky, fasten the belly button to the spine. If that's too much for today, hands stay grounded or come to your thigh. Maybe we take a goddess arm, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift the belly, then the heart starts to lift up and back. So core first, lock that in to protect our low spine, and then lengthen up out of those shoulders. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, split prep, take it back. Start to straighten out through that left leg to the best of your ability, okay? So if it's really tight, just find the balance in between the hips, maybe hands are on blocks. If you're able to lengthen it out, that's awesome, but it's not necessary, right? See if you can get a little longer from the top of the head. Fold over that leg, don't force it. Start to shift your weight back forward towards the front of your mat, runner's lunge. Tuck the back toes, and one step or a couple of steps, find a forward fold at the top of your mat. Take your time. It's all about that belly, okay? Inhale, halfway lift once you land. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain. Right hand again grabs the left wrist, pull to the right. This time take the eyes to the sky as far as you can, comfortably, right? Find that edge, and then slowly take the eyes to the ground. Beautiful. Come back up through center, release that hold. Switch the grip, exhale to the left. Look up to the sky if you can, or as far as you can. And down to the ground, belly button fastens to the spine. Back up through center, release that hold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Palm the mat, find your way back to your tabletop. Left hand forward, right foot back, spinal balance once again. Coming into our awkward airplane, our arm slides to the left, our leg slides to the right. Lift belly. Press into that right arm. Grow longer from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Woo! Land that foot to the side, gate. Sweep your hands to the sky. So as you find your way here, try to press the hip bones forward so the booty isn't back and the back isn't swayed. Okay, arms to the sky if they're not already, and let's take a side body stretch. Left hand to a block, the earth, right, or your hip, and then roll open through the side body. Okay, you can stay exactly right here. This is a wonderful heart opener, side body opener. Or begin to hover that right leg, work on a little more balance. Or begin to lower and lift. Boy, whoo, this gets my outer hip. Or take those crunches, right? What's right on this side? How can I move mindfully through my body? Right? And not just doing things because I'm told to do them. Listen, do I need to be doing this version, that version, or no version? 2 more rounds of breath. We'll slowly come back into that modified side plank. Make your way up into that gate, pull in through the core, and then turn the right toes out. Bend deeply into the right knee, hip opener. You can just play with kind of rocking a little bit, forward and backwards. Hands to the ground or blocks are options as well. I'm going to turn back to face the front of my mat. You notice where the tension wants to build back up into the body and just encourage it to soften again. It's not, oh, I'm messing up or I'm doing anything wrong. It's just, hey, It seems every time I go to open my hips, I clench my jaw really tight. So it's good to just find that awareness so that when you're in your hip open, you're like, okay, relax, relax. So we can let go of that defense mechanism that you don't need anymore. Slowly start to make your way back into your tabletop. Swishing those hips and that head, moving like water. And we'll find our way back, downward facing dog. Tuck those toes, lift those hips. Big full breath in. Let it go. Soften the knees, walk the hands back towards the feet, forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain. Inner thighs lift, belly lifts. Hands can stay lifted or come to the hips. Stork, left knee this time. So left foot in front. Gentle hover or extend up. Okay? Playing with our balance and stability here. Okay? Look to the right side of you. Notice the stabilizer muscles working. Come back through center. Look to the left side of you. And you can always put your foot down, right? Back to center. Stay here or extend the leg out in front of you, right? So that can look like this. That can look like this. Look to the right side of you. Woo. Back to center, pull in. Look to the left side of you. Feel those sensations. Don't run from them. Back to center. Extend that leg out. We're stepping stork. Right knee pulls up and in with your core engaged. There we go. Find that balance. Look to the left side of you. And back through center. Notice the muscles working hard. Relax your shoulders. Look to the right. Excuse me. And back to center. Stay here or extend. Look to the left. Back to center. Look to the right. Back to center. Lower that leg down. Stork, left knee pulls up and in. Lift, 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 lift. Breathe in this balance or pulse it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Take a little sway side to side. Let the arms be heavy, the hips. Next inhale, sweeps our hands to the sky. Bring those fingertips right to the tip top of the head and just start to tap around the crown. Rocking forward and back on the feet. Take one hand and wipe it down the other arm, just gently. Take the other hand, wipe it down, soothing our nervous system. One more time each side. Letting go of anything you need to let go of. And after you're ready, sweep those hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, empty the breath. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Oh, I know what I forgot. Inhale, rise back up, tall mountain. I was like, that didn't feel quite right. Left knee pulls up into stork. There we go. We're going into that crescent lunge transition. We just got a break on this side. So this is going to be a little easier for us, right? Slide that left knee back, or at least we'll tell ourselves it's easier. Gently reach that foot behind you. And remember, it can touch a few times on that way to your crescent lunge. Hands to the hips or to the sky. Feel that heat being built up. Lift and lengthen up through that belly so we're not dumping down right through that spine. Relax what you can, not the core. Hands start to come down towards the earth. Take your time. Back knee lands gently, untuck the toes. Inhale, modified crescent. Hands to the thigh or to the sky. Stay in this space or goddess arms. Lift, peel that heart towards the top of your room or the sky. If you're outside, belly button pulls in. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, split prep, take it back. So again, it might be different on both sides. It definitely is for me. Find the balance in between the hips, so don't dump too far to the left or too far to the right. And then lengthen the body as best you can, dropping the top of the head towards the top of that right foot. And guys, that could even be here. Okay? Right? Try not to jam out the back of the knee. Everything is active, everything is gentle. Slowly start to look forward. Runner's lunge, tuck the back toes, lift that knee. We're stepping up slowly to the top of our mat, forward fold as you are ready. Inhale will halfway lift you once you land. Exhale, fold. Slowly bend the knees, coming into a toe squat. So the heels will lift. The snap, crackle pops out of the way. Maybe rock forward and back. Hands can stay to the ground or begin to lift. And then we're just going to make our way into a seated position. So if you want to go slow, pull through that tailbone, scoop down through that belly, and then gently come to an easy seated position. Let's see what we got time for today. Let's bring feet together, knees apart, bound angle. Holding on to the ankles here if that's for you. Take a few bounces. So as we're doing these gentle bounces, so it's like you're picking the knees up and just dropping them instead of like pushing them down. It's like a lift, 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 and then they're falling. Excuse me, where was I? Draw the awareness to the top of the head and just start to soften there. Soften the eyebrows, the forehead, the cheeks, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, chest, arms, upper back, lower back, but pull the core in just gently. Relax the creases of the hips, the inner thighs, the outer hips, the glutes, the calves all the way down to the feet. Pause, take a breath in, notice the sensations, and out. Staying right here, begin to fold into this space. So you can just shift forward a little bit to find that resistance, or you can fold all the way down to the mat, and anything in between, supporting yourself with props if that feels good today. Maybe take that same exercise we just did with the knee bounces as we do here in stillness. So relaxing from the top of the head down or from the feet up. Taking the breath and using that to encourage the softness. As you're exploring the body and the sensations, be sure to be kind to yourself. Last breath here. Inhale is going to bring us up, back into a nice tall seat. And then we'll extend the legs out in front of us. Give them a little shift side to side. Let's move into a seated forward fold. Two options here. If you want to take more of a yin style, relaxed style stretch, just let the legs fall however they fall. Mine kind of roll out to the side. Yours may roll center, just however that is. And then just curl, melt, and shift forward, maybe even resting on your bolster or a block. If you want to take a more active stretch, flex those feet. Reach down for the shins, ankles, outer blades of the feet, whatever you can grab a hold of, even the floor, and then reach the top of the head towards the top of those feet. So neither one is right or wrong. What do you need in this moment? Check in with yourself. All right, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, right? Listen to what your body needs. If you are in the yin style relaxed stretch, you find your way to that first sign of resistance and then just allow your body to get heavy there. If you go past that, we activate that fight or flight in our nervous system and then our body is working against us. That actually goes for both variations, but even in that active forward fold where you're kind of pulling, if you have the feet or somewhere, you're pulling, you're active in that upper body, but you're still neutral in the neck and the shoulders. You're still neutral in that low part of your back. So just kind of find a way to explore those different types of sensations, right? If you find yourself too one way or the other, just mix it up a little bit. We got about 5 more rounds of breath. Just allow yourself to surrender. And after that final round of breath, begin to make your way back up to a tall seat. Be mindful as you move through the body. Find that length in the spine, pause. And then begin to make your way onto your back, setting up for Recline Pigeon. If you'd like to take half pigeon, please feel free to go there. Recline Pigeon, right leg crosses up and over the left. Reaching down for that left hamstring, we start to slide it towards our left elbow. Shoulder. And just play with that. So maybe you just kind of pulse it in and out. That's an option. Maybe you rock and explore side to side or fluidly. It doesn't have to be just side to side. And maybe you hold in stillness. Wherever you are, there's an ease in the breath. There's an ease in the body. So it's not about like getting it back here and like struggling through this hip opener. It's like, okay, if hip openers are not your favorite, then let's get to a place where you can relax. Soften the body the best you can. And then come back to just that slow breath that we started practice with. Gently unwind these legs, bringing the feet hips distance apart. Fingertips down towards the heels, setting up for a bridge back bend. If bridge is not your back bend of choice today, please take your favorite one. Inhale begins to lift and open our heart. As we're in this bridge, guys, there's a slight tilt of the chin towards the chest. Inner thighs want to pull towards one another as we lift up the hips to the sky, scooping down through the low part of our belly. No forcing. Slowly start to lower down. Scoot the tailbone towards the back of the knees. Release the muscles, let them be heavy. And then gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. As you are ready, we'll find our way towards the other side, recline pigeon. This time, left leg will cross up and over the right. Reaching down for that right hamstring, we open up shoulders, we relax neck, and then explore the space. So for me, it definitely feels different on this side. So I just, instead of immediately going into that autopilot, I'm paying attention, I'm listening, and I'm going to give this side what it needs so I can begin to bring balance into my body instead of judging it and trying to force it to feel or look like the other side. Last 3 breaths. Slowly begin to come back to center. Gently unwind those legs, offering you happy baby or hip stand as your inversion for practice today. Take what you need. Happy baby, you can grab the outer blades of the feet, ankles, or shins as you pull the knees open and wide. Hip stand or hips on a block. The legs are to the sky, but the knees don't have to be straight. We're trying to flatten out that low back and sacrum area, right? Finding some alignment here in our body. Wherever you are in any inversion, find ease again in your breath, ease in the focus of your mind, the intentions behind your movement. Slowly start to make your way back to center. Maybe knees pull into the chest. And then we close out this practice with the spinal twist. Knees fall to the left side of you. If you'd like something deeper or less than, please move there. But wherever you are, find that resistance. You meet the resistance and then relax into it or breathe into the resistance. Knees slowly begin to come back through center, making any adjustments necessary, and start to make your way over to the other side. Same thing. Knees fall to the right, arms open out wide. Relax, release. Slowly start to find your way back to center, taking any final movement you need to take to complete this practice today. And as you're ready, releasing out into your Shavasana, Legs can fall heavy. You can be supported by props. Feet can be planted. Take a deep breath in wherever you land. And out. Just take the next few moments to allow the body and the mind to rest and heal. Shavasana. Slowly beginning to come back to your breath. Maybe finding some subtle movement in the hands and the feet as you gently wake up the body. Staying here, rolling onto your favorite side. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Mentally, physically, and emotionally without any judgment attached. Making your way up into an easy seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center, we'll close out this practice as always in a seat of gratitude. Gratitude for this physical body that carries us around every moment of every day. Gratitude for the opportunity and the choice to get on your mat today. And gratitude for the intention that you set for this practice. Take a big full breath in. Long, slow exhale out. Sliding the thumbs to the forehead. Finding gratitude for one another. Namaste, friends. Namaste, guys. How do we feel?